What a treat for us to have back for round 2 of updates from 3 of our San Angelo ISD alumni. We have Daniel Makins, who graduated in what year from Central?
97.
97. And we have Michael Schneider, who graduated from Lakeview in 93. And Brandie Phillips, the youngster of the group, who graduated from Central 2004. And all 3 are loved and admired in this community, and our staff all feel like they have contributed to molding you into the great young people that you are. And in fact, they have contributed, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Good answer.
Yes, Superintendent Barnes. They do a wonderful job.
This year, all 3 are here to perform at our convocation, which we invite alumni back to perform for our 2,100 employees. And this year we have special guests, soldiers and their families from Goodfellow, and we're delighted to have those people here at our convocation this year. And Michael and Brandie performed last year at convocation, and they were so, our staff so emotionally, positively responded to you that it was a no-brainer that you come back, and they're so proud. Folks all over our school district feel like you were part theirs, and we're delighted to add to the trio, for a trio this year, Daniel. And what I would like to ask you is, let's reflect a little bit in this year since we last interviewed. All of them are in grad school and in school, trying to still get all of the background of knowledge and degrees that you will need to advance in your careers. So talk to me what you have either has been a highlight of this last year professionally or in other ways that you know our audience would enjoy.
Should I go first? No pressure. I am still in graduate school. I already know everything, so I just need a way to pass the time. No, it's great. I'm studying lots of things and reading a lot, and I find that it's really great to keep your mind active for the music. Also, I find inspiration in the weirdest places, I guess, for songwriting, and so grad school is certainly one of them. Our little boy is 15 months old now, so that's been most of my past year, has been dealing with him, and now chasing him around. And I've had a couple other people record songs this year of mine, so that's good. And I'm going to do a new record in October. And gosh, the New Folk concert series that people are familiar with here in town, or they can go on www.danielmakins.com and learn more about it if they haven't been. And that continues to grow and does really well. And I'm working for the Cultural Affairs Council part-time also, so I'm looking forward to helping Michael promote his piano festival and other arts events around town in the coming year. So that's what I'm doing.
I do also remember teaching you piano.
That's right.
Younger.
That's right.
Having to chase you around the room sometimes to keep you on the bench.
That's true.
For the lesson.
That's true.
You're getting back a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's true. And well, it's funny because when people find out that I play piano, I shouldn't say that I play piano sitting next to Michael because he knows better. but yeah, after I played piano, I took up the drums to get back at my mother for making me learn the piano, and it wasn't until years later that I took up the guitar because it's a lot easier to carry around than the drums or the piano. So.
Well, so how many songs have you written this year?
I don't know. Probably, it takes several years before I decide if they're really songs or not, sometimes. I have lots of ideas all the time, and I have lots of little pieces of paper with chicken scratch and things written on them other people wouldn't understand, and I carry all those around, and sometimes they turn into songs, so it's hard to say. Hopefully at least 10 or 20 good ones a year is sort of out of all the thousands of random thoughts. That's a pretty good average. So.
Well, Daniel, I asked you this last year, and I would like to see if the answer is the same or has been modified. Have you decided what you want to be when you grow up?
No. Anybody else? No, I haven't.
Well, we want, at some point when you come back here, we'll keep in touch with that growth.
Well, the plan is never to really know for me, I think. That's what life's all about, I guess, is deciding what you want to be. Hopefully it'll be a pretty constant evolution.
Well, it is for me.
Yeah.
I know.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, I would like to, at some point, take on an alternative school when I feel that I've accomplished my goals as a superintendent, and I've visited some of our nation's best alternative schools, and so you didn't think I would have an answer, did you?
Oh, I knew you would have an answer.
Well, but I'll let you know next year if that has changed for me.
Very good.
Well, Michael, talk to us about this year for you. Still in grad school at the University of Texas.
Still, being the operative word. I've kind of taken a slower path in terms of school for the very reason we talked about earlier. You never stop learning, and it's constant evolution I like that phrase a lot. So this past year has just been getting through more of the coursework of the doctorate program at UT, which has been fabulous. It's a great program, and I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are kind of pushing me in a lot of different directions. So it's kind of hard to keep a balance of everything. But I've managed to do quite a bit of performing. My wife and I had a wonderful trip to Europe this past May. It started out with a solo recital in Budapest, and then I found myself playing in a jazz club in Paris, just an informal concert for friends that I had in the city, and then we just had a good time in London. So it was a great time. The only planned thing was the Budapest concert, where I played at the Liszt Museum, the Franz Liszt Memorial Museum, and this is the very place that Franz Liszt lived the last 5-6 years of his life and taught. So it was quite an honor to play an all Liszt program there. And so I'm performing a lot around Austin, but mainly trying to finish school right now. So that's.
But you're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Starting
to. I was going to take the big DMA comprehensive exams this fall, but I have to push that back because of performances. So things kind of keep. I just remember at one point in my undergrad degree, my father asking me, well, Mike, how long do you have left? And I said, about 2 years, Dad. And 2 years later, my undergrad degree, after I'd been to London and Poland and a few other places during the middle of my degree, he said, well, how much longer do you have, Mike? I said, about 2 years.
That's a good answer, Daniel. About 2 years.
About 2 years.
So it just so when I had to push back my DMA comprehensive exams from this fall to the spring, my dad asked me again. I said about 2 years. So hopefully about 1.5 years, because after this year of coursework, I'll be done with the coursework portion, and my TA position will be over at the end of this year. So, but this coming year, I have a lot of exciting trips planned as well. So hopefully that won't push things back either. I have concerts in Germany and Cleveland and California, and next summer in France again, and just various places.
Well, some artists take their fan club with them on some of those trips so that you have a built-in audience, and I can see some folks sitting right here who could go and be your cheerleaders on some of those marvelous experiences.
I did go listen to you in Plano.
That's right.
I was fan club in
Plano.
Plano.
She came
he
in.
played some Gershwin. It was
I
great.
I played Gershwin Rhapsody in Blue with Maestro Guzman again, Hector Guzman with the Plano Symphony last fall. So,
and they were sold out, so I stood in the back. I was gonna listen.
Yeah, I was excited to see Brandie there. So.
Well, would you keep us in mind?
Well, the fan club won't have to go too far this fall, October 18th. I'm bringing 3 other international pianists to do a program called Hands on Piano at the Museum of Fine Arts. And that's October 18th on Sunday as part of their series. And it's a fascinating program because we start from music for 1 hand, and then music for 2 hands, and then 3, 4, and all the way up to 8, where all 4 of us are playing on 2 pianos. So it's a riot. It's going to be fantastic. And I convinced Dror Biran is one of the pianists who's been previously one of the Piano Festival guest artists. And Jamie Wilding is another pianist. Dror is from Israel. Jamie Wilding is from South Africa, who's also a composer, and he's arranged a paraphrase of national anthems for us, of all 4. Carolina, Jamie's wife, is from Germany. And then there's, of course, Texas. So we have 4 great countries represented, and it should be a blast.
Wow. Well, we will look forward to October, and it'll be here before we know it.
Right. Yes.
Talk to us, Brandie, about your first year in grad school at SMU.
Mm-hmm.
But you've most recently, in the last few days, returned from a marvelous experience. Talk to us about that.
I finally decided to come home to Texas after 2 years in Florida and 2 years in Georgia.
Good choice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm happy in Dallas. I'm at SMU. I just finished my first year with my master's. I'm studying with a fabulous performing and recording artist. Her name is Chien Kim. She's been an inspiration to me this past year especially, but growing up, studying the violin. So I'm happy to study with her and fabulous professors at SMU. I did get to solo with the SMU Symphony, which was definitely a highlight of my year.
And what did you play with them?
I did the 2nd and 3rd movement of the Tchaikovsky Violin Concerto, which is definitely a very fun piece to play, high energy. It's one of my favorites, so that was very exciting. And then after the year was finished, I went on a little cruise, take a break, and then I just spent 8 weeks in Breckenridge, Colorado with the National Repertory Orchestra. I was the assistant concertmaster, and I got to solo with them as well.
Tell our audience about that group, because it's been around a long time.
This was their 50th anniversary, so that was special, being part of that milestone year. It's something where musicians from different music schools around the country, Juilliard, New England Conservatory, Cleveland Institute, conservatories, music schools, they all audition, and they pick a certain number from each section. I believe there were close to 30, 35 violinists who were chosen. And we go up, they feed us, and they put us in housing, and it's pretty much all paid for. And we rehearse 5 to 6 hours a day, and then we play 2 concerts a week. So it's a lot of work, but it was great fun, definitely.
Well, the few people I've known through the years who participated in that, it is one of the highlights of their lives to get to be with some outstanding musicians, so many hours a day, and doing that many concerts.
And we play great music. The repertoire that we play is all pieces that we will need to know eventually at some point in our career. And so it's fun to learn it with people our age who, have the passion for that kind of thing. So it was fun.
Well, I love catching up with people who are in pursuit of doing great things and are contributing to your world. And while you're contributing, you are learning and soaking up yourself so that you will be better at the end. You all are in a journey, and your journey is a gift to those of us. I'm a new person observing you and following what you're doing, and what a pleasure it has been for me to get to know you all, just enough to know how amazing you are. I did ask one of our group here before the cameras rolled what he wanted to do this coming year, and a goal for this coming year, and the answer was to be on Dancing with the Stars. I'll let you all figure out which one that was. What a neat group right here. Thank you all so much. And our audience, I hope you will enjoy their performance on for our convocation. And I look so forward to hearing what you're going to play for all of us. Thank you all.
Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.